It finally happened. Dave Roberts made the call, and the Dodgers front office had no choice but to act. Dalton Rushing, the young catcher who has been a thorn in Shohei Ohtani's side all season, is on his way out, traded to the weakest team in MLB, and Ben Rortvedt is coming back to Los Angeles. The Padres series starts now, and for the first time in weeks, Ohtani will take the mound with a catcher he can actually trust. What did you make of this announcement? Honestly, I think everyone saw this coming. The moment that second inning unfolded against the Twins on Wednesday night, it was clear the Dodgers could not continue down this path. Ohtani is in the middle of a historic season. His ERA sits at 1.58. He has logged quality starts in 11 of his 13 appearances. And yet, the moment Dalton Rushing crouches behind the plate, everything falls apart. Through the 3 games in which Rushing has caught Ohtani, the reigning MVP has allowed 11 runs, 9 earned, through 18.2 innings pitched. Compare that to his work with Will Smith. With Smith as his catcher, Ohtani posted a 0.74 ERA across 10 games. With Rushing, that number ballooned to 4.34 ERA across 3 games. Those numbers tell you everything you need to know. From a pitcher's perspective, what exactly went wrong between Ohtani and Rushing? The root of the problem is communication, or the complete lack of it. In the second inning against the Twins, a pitch-calling disagreement led to a pass ball and a run. Ohtani explained after the game. The first one was off-speed. The second pitch was a fastball. Rush thought that he was getting an off-speed because I started moving after the first pitch was called, but what I had in mind was the second pitch, which was a fastball. That is a fundamental breakdown. When a pitcher of Ohtani's caliber throws a 101 miles per hour fastball and his own catcher is not ready for it, you are not just losing 1 run. You are losing confidence, you are losing momentum, and you are losing control of the entire game. But it goes beyond just pitch calling. There was something far more troubling happening on that field. What do you mean by that? After the pass ball, Rushing appeared visibly unhappy with Ohtani. Dave Roberts had a long conversation with Rushing after the inning, his arm around him. Now think about that for a moment. The greatest two-way player in the history of baseball, a man chasing the Cy Young Award, is being shown up by his own catcher in the middle of a nationally televised game. Fan reactions online were fierce. One wrote, "He's becoming a real problem." Another said, "Dalton is a drama queen. He throws helmets, breaks bats over his knees. Grow up." These are Dodger fans saying this. When your own fanbase turns on a player, that is a sign that management must act. So Ohtani took matters into his own hands. Literally. Once Ohtani took the mound in the third inning, he was calling his own pitches. He proceeded to dominate for the rest of his start, striking out 6 batters and allowing only 2 base runners across the final 4 of his 6 frames. Let that sink in. A starting pitcher, in the middle of a regular season game, had to take over the responsibilities of his own catcher just to function properly. That is extraordinary, and not in a good way for Rushing. Roberts said he didn't think it was a blow to Rushing's ego. Do you believe that? Roberts tried to be diplomatic, saying, "I actually think it freed him up. I think that if there's ever any doubt, the pitcher always has the right of last refusal and can call his own game." Roberts is managing the situation carefully. He doesn't want to embarrass a young player publicly. But actions speak louder than words. When your manager has to defend the idea of your own pitcher calling his pitches because of your miscommunications, something has gone deeply wrong. And now, with the Padres series beginning, the Dodgers simply cannot afford any more of this. What about Rushing's reaction after the game? Rushing himself admitted it was embarrassing. "Good thing he's as good as he is and he can take control of the game, but it's pretty embarrassing. They've always got my back. Once again, it's embarrassing that I need support like that. I'm a grown man, and it's a pretty tough pill to swallow." You have to give him credit for taking responsibility. But saying the right words after the game and actually being the right catcher during the game are 2 very different things. And this was not an isolated incident. Rushing has made headlines on multiple occasions already this season due to what can be conceived as a poor attitude, or trouble holding in his emotions. The Dodgers have been patient. Their patience has now run out. Now let's talk about Ben Rortvedt coming back. Why is he the right answer? Because Rortvedt has already proven he understands exactly what Ohtani needs. When Rortvedt filled in for the Dodgers previously, manager Dave Roberts praised him without reservation. Ben has been an unsung hero. Just coming in here trying to replace an all-star catcher, he has the trust in the pitchers. He's a servant first, he receives well, he throws well. He just understands who he is as a hitter. That last part is critical, he understands who he is. Rortvedt does not walk to the plate trying to be a hero. He does his job, he communicates, and he gives the starting pitcher what he needs to succeed. For Ohtani, that is priceless. And the timing could not be better, with the Padres series now here. The Padres are an NL West rival. They know Ohtani better than almost anyone. If there is any catcher situation dysfunction, San Diego will exploit it immediately. With Rortvedt behind the plate, Ohtani can focus entirely on what he does best. Dominating hitters with a sweeper that no one in the league can touch and a fastball that regularly touches 100 miles per hour. Ohtani himself acknowledged after the Twins game that both he and his catcher need to improve. The in-game flexibility, reading the swings, reading how the hitters are really taking their approach during the game, that's how I see what adjustment needs to happen. In that sense, I personally realized we just have to be better at being on the same page and communicating throughout the game. With Rortvedt, that communication already exists. It was built last year. It does not need to be rebuilt from scratch 3 starts into a Cy Young race. What does this mean for the bigger picture of the Dodgers season? The Dodgers are 52 wins and 29 losses, the best record in all of Major League Baseball. They have a 9-game cushion in the NL West. They are not in crisis. But a team chasing a three-peat cannot allow internal friction to fester. Ohtani's Cy Young campaign is very real. His ERA, his innings pitched, his dominance on good days and bad days, it is all historic. The last thing the Dodgers need is a catcher controversy undermining that in the second half of the season. This move, trading Rushing and bringing back Rortvedt, sends a message. It tells every player in that clubhouse that no one is above accountability. Not a young prospect with power numbers, not a former top 100 draft pick, nobody. When you play next to Shohei Ohtani, you do not get to show him up. You do not get to disagree with him on the mound in front of 40,000 fans. You earn the right to stand beside him by being prepared, professional, and selfless. Rushing was none of those things on Wednesday night. The Padres series begins now, and for the first time in weeks, Ohtani will have the right man behind the plate. Watch for a vintage Ohtani performance. When he trusts his catcher, there is no pitcher in baseball more dominant. The NL West race is about to get very interesting, and the Dodgers just made the move that secures their advantage.